All right, so we're back with a revision of the drama section of the CSEC English B paper 2. All right, so let's go. So at the top, we know that for each question in sections A, B, and C, in addition to 25 marks indicated for content and argument, 10 marks is allocated for language, organization, and competence in the mechanics of writing. So simply put, out of the 35 marks that's assigned to the paper as for this question, 25 marks is solely directed to content, and then 10 marks for your grammar, your organization, your use of language, all of that. So that is what the paper is saying. Not the paper, the instructions right here. That's what it's saying. Now, section A, as we said, it's drama. And what I really like about the CXC exam paper is that once you read the paper correctly or read the paper any at all thoroughly, you should not make any mistakes when it comes to answering the questions because all the instructions are clearly stated on the paper. So it is essential for you to read your exam paper. Now, section A, drama, and it clearly states one question in this section. So you answer one question and you have Tempest, William Shakespeare as the playwright, and you have Tijon and his brothers, Derek Walcott, as the playwright. And Tempest is the what's the word I'm looking for, the Shakespeare play, and Tijon is the modern play, making reference to the front of the paper. I want you also to note on either side you have either or to say to you that you have a choice between 1 and 2. I want to also note that you're given I call it an introductory phrase to the question to basically frame what the question is all about. And then you are given the question. Now, here is the major change. Before, questions were structured differently. Now, questions are structured totally different. And I'm going to skip to a sample paper from 2009 to show you the difference, and then we come back and have a brief conversation of the structure of the question right here. Now, this is a sample of the 2009 paper, and I want you to note same holds true is that you have the same introductory statement in terms of explaining to you the breakdown of the 35 marks that's assigned for the question, and then you have same here as it states one question, and then scrolling down, let me scroll down. Okay, right, you have your Shakespeare. As I said, this is a 2009 paper, and I want you to note how the difference in the structure of the questions. You see the question is divided into A, B, and C. Now, the 2009 paper or 2007 paper, whichever paper you're looking at, you will note that the essay format still applies. However, I think CXC made the change of making all of this into one flowing question, because students were not responding to the question in an essay format when they saw A, B, and C. And persons from my era, which is a little way away, or was a little way, would have remembered that when we did the English B examination, our questions were structured like this, and we did not write in an essay format. We wrote in short answer responses, but now it is quite different. So let me go back to the previous page. Now, you want to note that, let us examine the first sample question. It says, write an essay in which you describe two different types of relationships in the play. In this essay, you must also discuss one theme that is portrayed in any one of the relationships described, and examine one dramatic technique Shakespeare uses to present relationships in the play as a whole. And I want you to note that within that one apparent statement or question or whatever you want to say, within that one question, there are three different aspects that you need to answer. And so, taking into consideration, we need to now look at how we approach the questions as they're asked or as it's set on the paper. That's what I need to say. So, you realize that describe two different types of relationship in the play. That's one question, right? And then in this essay, discuss one theme that is portrayed in any one of the relationship described. That's another question. And then finally, examine one dramatic technique Shakespeare uses. That's another question. So although the question does not seem like it, it is similar to, and I'm going back here, this, where you see from the 2017 setting where you have three different aspects of the question that remains the same for the 2018 setting. The only thing is that the ABC has been removed, or they have been removed, I should say. So everything now is in one flowing question that you need to decipher. And the same thing applies for Tijon and his brothers. You have, the opening or the introductory aspect of the question to gauge what the question is based on. And then you have the three different aspects of the question coming out. And I'm not going to read the entire question. I'm just going to highlight the different aspects. Describe two incidents in which the conflict between good and evil is presented. So that's one aspect. And then you have discuss how two main characters are affected in one of the incidents. That's another aspect. And then you have examine one technique that Walcott uses to present the theme of good versus evil in the play. That's another aspect. I also want you to note that both questions, it requires you to know the different dramatic techniques. So that is something that in your studying, in your reviewing, you have to know the dramatic techniques, because that is a part of the question that is being asked. Okay, guys, we're going to continue the series of looking at paper 2 English B, and we're moving on to poetry next. So come back, subscribe, like, so that you can be a part of the series. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.